Never expected to become my mammy's mammy. That should be your granny, right? Like in the song. I'm the youngest of 5 siblings. The ween. The daft as a brush one, so why would that kind of responsibility come to me? But it did. One Saturday night out the blue, I got a phone call from Mammy's neighbour. Your mum's had a fall. There's a bit of bleeding from her head and she's quite confused. We've phoned an ambulance. Can you come? I was there in minutes. No memory of the drive, and there's Mammy in her living room, the big light on, place full of strangers, and she had no idea what was going on. The neighbour told me that 2 young fellas walking past the gate had heard her moaning, picked her up, took her key out of her hand and got her inside, then alerted the neighbours to what was going on. Thank God they were good guys. Anyway, the ambulance came and off Mammy went. I had a check round the house in case of lingering not so good guys and then followed in the car. The doc at the infirmary said the cut in her head wasn't very bad at all, and she didn't seem to have had a lot of drink, but she was very confused. She wasn't making much sense. So they wanted to keep her in A&E until that improved. So we sat in a cubicle while Mammy told me over and over again that she had been fine. She'd gone to the club as usual, their pals. They've had a couple of drinks, they've had a few laughs, she got her taxi home and then nothing. She didn't know how she fell. She didn't know if she fell. She didn't know how she got into the house. It was really bugging her. A few hours later, with the head glued shut and a warning to bring her straight back if she was having severe headaches or if she seemed unusually drowsy, the doc let us go home. I brought Mammy to my house so I could keep an eye on her. Next day she was fine, no sign of any concussion, but she still couldn't remember those few seconds between getting out of the taxi and whatever had happened. It was all she talked about all day. I could see that it was really getting inside her head. And that was the day that my big strong Mammy, who used to work in a mill spinning yarn, who brought up 5 of a family, who used to decide in the morning, oh, this living room could be doing with a freshening up. And she'd have it redecorated, all the furniture polished back in place, and the dinner on for people coming in at night. Turned into a frightened old lady. She never set foot in her own house again. We asked her if she would like to live with us. I've never seen such relief on anybody's face as on hers when we said, Mammy, would you like to just stay with us forever? It wasn't easy. Being a carer, not easy. I had 2 wee girls. They were delighted that Granny was coming to stay. Big adventure. But being a carer's hard. One of the hardest things about it is that once you're it, everybody else just wanders off and gets on with their life. They always make time to come back and visit and tell you how every decision you've made is wrong and how they would have dealt with this or that far better than you did. And getting help through the doctor or social work or whatever is nigh on impossible. And some days you just want to go to your bed and pull the covers over your head and stay there forever. Well, it's been 21 years since my stint as a carer came to a quiet and unspectacular end. Mammy wasn't feeling well, so she was in her bed. I was having a disco nap after a particularly trying day, and the husband came to wake me up with a cuppa. He went into Mum's room to offer her one, and she was gone. Quietly, in her sleep, surrounded by family who adored her. It's only now when I look back that I realise that I might not have been the carer of the year or the greatest nurse in the world, but I did my absolute best for my Mammy because I loved her and because it was my turn to do for her what she had done for me my whole life. I did my best, and nobody can do any more.